Hey yo, what's good with everybody, man? Hope you guys all doing good out there. As you see, I'm outside in my favorite spot to be. All right, not specifically this area, this location, but just outside around the trees, hearing the insects, hearing the birds, hearing the animals, feeling the wind, seeing the sun, feeling the sun. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is true happiness. And in all honesty, we work to live. And in the same aspect, we live to work. Literally, work is our life. And I'm not here bashing anybody who works. Shit, I work a regular job. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm not going to say that that's all be all. And that's what everything is supposed to be. You have a good job, career locked in, whatever. Nah. If that's your goal, then okay, you do it. But for most humans, we want something more deeper. That's what I'm saying. And that deeper sense comes from something that isn't man-made. The things that God creates for us, the things that God has made for us and that he wants us to do and to enjoy when it comes to this world, it's always the natural things, bro. He's the one who made it. And it always goes back into basics. We try making things so complicated and we make it so more difficult than what it has to be, that we do X, Y, and Z and go down a certain path and the trail that we made for ourselves, not understanding that we're getting ourselves all looped up into a bigger mess. Because honestly, what we truly need, is already provided for us. And that's why when it does come to a job, it is a little bit of a finesse. It's a great finesse if it doesn't align with your goals, all right? So if you have something that money does not complete, or money cannot help you with, then a job is a total finesse, a total trap for you. Because money is not what you need in order to accomplish what you need to get accomplished. For some people it is. Like for me, I work because I want to provide and I need the money to do certain things. But for some people it's not. And they want to be out here. I want to be out here. All right? But I know that I have to do what I have to do. Everybody has to do what they have to do, whether they like it or not. But just think about it. How much hours you spend in a facility, working for a company, trading your time and energy for something that man has made, when you could just be out here enjoying life. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, even though I need the money, and even though, yes, I work, it is not something that I see as a lifetime of doing. This is not something that I see myself doing for my whole life. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it's for the time being, and it's to get me to the next step. But at the end of the day, bro, I really, really see the change that being outside and being indoors all the time makes. And with the time that's wasted at work, putting in all this energy for another person and their goals and their dreams, with the time that I do have left, I barely have time to work on what I need to work on, or to come out with videos like this, and to come outside and enjoy nature, and to enjoy the things that God has made for us, because it is stuck recharging and trying to get that energy back that I already have wasted during the week. This is a part of the reason why I say that jobs is a finesse, because you could get certain things back in this life. You lose money, you could get it back. You lose a girlfriend, you could get another girlfriend. You lose a house, you could get another house back. Anything materialistic or physical, for the most part, you could get back, and even more. But your time, you can never get that back. You can't print it, you can't make it, you can't do anything except literally accept what you've done with it, or what you're going to do with it. So it's very important to plan out what your time is going towards, and to understand what your time has already went towards, so you could change it up and direct that energy into something more positive. You know, I was working at a store before as a cashier, and these people would always come in, you know, in this specific store with attitudes or doing some very odd things. And one day this kid came in and he looked like sad and a bad vibration. You know, that's every store. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you go to any store and you're a cashier, you're gonna come across those type of customers. But this time I came across this customer who was very sad and in a low vibration. So I'm asking him, yo, like, you good? What's up? Da-da-da, because I can see it. And I know sometimes people don't want to talk about it, but sometimes people do want to talk about it and they need to talk about it. My fault too. If y'all hear the cicadas, if y'all hear the insects and the birds and stuff, is very loud. It is what it is, man. Listen, I'm asking this kid, right, what's going on? Long story short, he had a loss in his family. He showed me his receipt. He had his hours printed onto a receipt. I guess that's the way they did it down at his job. So he showed me how much hours he worked for that current week. And it was 72 hours in a single week, y'all. That's almost 2 full-time jobs. And he's going through a loss. So his vibration is off. And he don't even have the energy, because you being just sad and in a lower state of emotions like depression, anxiety, extreme sadness, these type of things, fear, that takes away your energy in itself. So that on top of working, you're gonna be drained. And I know that kid was drained, and I give my best wishes to that kid. I hope he's doing very well at this point. This happened a few years back, but I still remember. And, you know, like I said my wishes, my energy, and I hope the best for him, and that he made it far, and that he escaped that job and isn't working all those crazy hours anymore. But the reason why I told you that is because it just shows how no matter what you go through in life, no matter what happens that you can't predict, and even with the jobs, they are not going to care for you as much as you care for yourself. So you have to put yourself first. That kid was getting drained, all right? You think the job came up to him and was like, yo, da-da-da-da-da. Maybe they did, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you right now that they didn't care, and they don't care, and they never will care as much as it should be. Because loss and someone's mental health, physical health is very important. You can't expect someone to reach their potential if they are not at their best level of doing everything. You understand me? Because that's their highest potential. If someone is hanging around, drinking, smoking, partying all the time, and yes, they have great abilities to do something, and they have a lot of good skills and great attributes that could take them to the next level, but they are doing all these other things that are hindering them, then they will never reach that next level until they eliminate those things that are stopping them. You see? So for us, in the same aspect, to reach our potential, we have to let go of the things that is taking away our time, that's taking away our energy, that's taking away our peace. It's that simple. Money is not everything. Money does not mean you trade your whole life just to try to become rich. There's a great quote out there, and there are great people who have lived before us that had the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding. So studying those things that they said is very important. And the quote that I'm going to give to you is, a rich man wants everything in the world. An unhealthy man wants only one thing in the world. And of course, you guys know what that is, which is one's health. That is the true wealth in this world. The things that you are given naturally, the things that we have. You see, we want, that we never look at what we already have. If you have your health, if you have the ability to think, the ability to see, to hear, to speak, these are all gifts from God, man, and we cannot waste them. It's so easily to waste, I promise you, man. And, you know, this is a higher calling for me to come up with these type of videos and these topics and this type of content, because I truly feel aligned with this world, but not in a society point of view, just the regular world, nature, the way things should be, all right? I feel as if people are trapped and they don't do anything to fight about it, or most people are trapped and they don't even see the trap that they're in until it's explained. And maybe you won't even understand from the level that I'm giving it to you. Maybe you need to hear somebody else, but it will be the same thing, speaking about the same topic and maybe brought up different points. But this is something that we need to learn, man. This is something that we need to really pay attention to. Because honestly, how could you ever build for yourself if you're continuing to build for the next man? How could you ever expect to get out of the rat race, to escape the loop, if you do the same things, continue the same patterns, and are stuck in the same cycles? How do you change your perspective if what you value is the same and you're looking at it from the same lens? The approach, the end goal. Man, use the jobs, the workforce as a stepping stone to get you to where you need to get to. But don't spend your whole life slaving away, man. This is not what we are supposed to do. This is not what we are meant to be. We are greater than just machines. Just parts in a machine that works for the ultimate machine. For what? For us to die and never experience. And that's truly what's sad to me, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I'm out here. That's why I don't make videos in the room or in the house. I mean, I have in the past, but for most of the time, you know, most of the videos you guys see, I'm outdoors. I hate being trapped inside and not being out here, man. Honestly, it's all about peace. It's all about putting the next foot forward, all right? Putting your foot forward for the next step and gaining a little bit of progress. And that's all I'm trying to do, man. Well, staying connected. I cannot disconnect myself from everything, but I could disconnect myself from the negative energies. And it's so much negativity out there, man. It's so much things to waste our time that we walk around like a chicken with our heads cut off, not knowing the direction that we are supposed to be heading into, or not knowing the direction that we're already heading into. For what? For quick pleasure? That's what we want. We want peace, pleasure, happiness, joy. But the route, the way to get there is not always the way that you think is to get there. Sometimes it's harder, all right? Sometimes you need to go through pain in order to gain the greatness and what you desire. Sometimes it isn't already there, and the path that you think is going to lead you there doesn't lead you there all the time. So, man, all I'm saying is explore your mind, explore the world, and don't get too trapped into what man has made. I will always say that. If man has made it, okay, yeah, you could evolve yourself a little bit, but not entirely, bro. It's a trap. Media, this fake digital world that we're on, if you are on the digital world all day and your mind is in this, you're consuming content, you're online, social media, watching what everybody's posting all the time and this and that, and this is your day. Your screen time is hours that you've been awake, damn near the whole day. Then you are trapped into something that man has made when you need to be out here, spending your time grounding yourself. You know what I mean? Working out, breathing, meditating, thinking. You make content instead of consuming it. Like literally, bro. This is what it's about. It's not about being just replaceable. You understand? Everybody is unique. Everybody is their own individual person for a reason. God has made it that way for a reason. And if you don't show your light, if you don't tell your story, if you do not give your ideas to the world in some type of fashion, or you do not explore what needs to be explored and look for answers that have your calling in it, that is calling for you to search for, then no one will ever do that for you. So it's up to you to do that, because when your time is done here, those answers aren't ever going to be answered. Those questions are still questions that weren't ever answered because you never went and did it. You never went and looked for it. The things that you were able to talk about, the perspective that you were seeing your life from, and the ideas that you had, all those things, man, it will never come to the forefront because you never did it. So it's always on you. But there will always be them. And them is the corporations, the elites, the people behind who will push us. All right? They will always push us, me, you. They will always push us into the trap that they have made for us. For what? This. But money ain't everything, like I already said, man. Use it as a tool to get to the next level. Your overall goal should be staying independent and to have time on your hands. If time is being taken out of your hands and in somebody else's control, then in my personal opinion, that's the greatest finesse ever. Because that's the one thing that we can't get back. Your health matters, your time matters, your life matters, man. That's what it is. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.